Boys and girls, welcome back. Our reading target today is I can recognize characteristics of persuasive text with adult assistance and state what the author is trying to persuade the reader to think or do. Yesterday, we talked about what it means to persuade. Do you remember what that means? Good job. To persuade means you're trying to convince someone to do something or to believe in something. And there's different ways that people can try to persuade you, such as writing books, showing commercials, writing letters. There's all types of ways that somebody can try to persuade you. Today, we're going to do another book and talk about how the character is trying to persuade to get something again. And then as the days go on, we're going to be looking at different types of ways that people persuade others. So yesterday we did a book, today we're going to read another book. The book that we're going to read today is called I Want a New Room. So yesterday we made a prediction before we read. So today I want you to think about and I want you to predict what you think is going to happen in this text, or predict maybe why they want a new room, since the title says I want a new room. And think about that for a little bit. And as you're thinking about your prediction of what this text is going to be about, I want you to write it down on a piece of paper, because at the end of our lesson, you're going to write that and upload it to Seesaw so we can see what your prediction was today. Okay, so if you need to pause the video now to look at the front cover and think about your prediction, you can. Or if you have already written that down, we can go ahead and move on. So again, good readers, when they read, they make predictions and about the text based on what they know. So based on what we read yesterday, I Want an Iguana, we learned that Alex really wanted an iguana for his room, and he gave all these reasons. And that's what people do when they try to persuade you. They give you reasons why it's the best idea. And he definitely was. And Mom was writing back to him, and she was telling him all the reasons why it wasn't a great idea. And then what ended up happening at the end? Mom ended up giving him a new room. I mean, not a new room, I'm sorry, a new iguana, right? Because he was giving her all these reasons and it worked. So a lot of the times when people try to persuade others, they give you all these reasons and sometimes it works. So again, you should have made your prediction. So now we're going to read I Want a New Room. And as we read, we're going to stop and talk about how these characters are using different characteristics of persuading. Okay, let's listen to the book, I Want a New Room.
I want a new room. Written by Karen Kaufman-Orloff and illustrated by David Catrow. Dear Mom, I know you think I should share a room with Ethan now that we have baby Annie, but here's why I shouldn't. When Ethan sleeps, he sounds like a cat coughing up fur balls. Why can't you move Annie in with you and give me my room back? Signed, your very tired son, Alex. Dear Alex, go bother your father. Signed, your very, very tired mother. Dear Dad, you have no idea what it's like to share a room with Ethan. He sticks crayons up his nose and barks like a walrus. And he snores like Grandpa Ralph. So how about giving me my old room back? Please don't say, go bother your mother. Been there, done that. Love, fed up Alex. Dear Alex, sorry we had to move you out of your room, but Annie's a girl, and Mom says girls need privacy to do girl stuff. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm guessing it has to do with hair and makeup. Love, Dad. Dear Dad, Annie is a baby. She doesn't have any hair, and if she wore makeup, she would drool on it. By the way, did I mention Ethan broke my skateboard and lost my brand new Captain Creepy action figure? This kid is out of control, Dad. Love, your seriously upset child, Alex. Dear Alex, you know 4-year-olds are a little careless. You were just like him at that age. Remember when you fell into the cake at Grandma's 60th birthday party? Good thing the candles weren't lit. Why don't you have a heart-to-heart talk with Ethan about respecting your property? Love, Dad. Dear Dad, thanks for the advice. Now I know exactly how to handle this. Love, your diplomatic son, Alex. P.S. Diplomatic was one of my vocabulary words. Dear Ethan, this is your side of the room. This is my side of the room. Stay on your side, Alex. P.S. Don't touch my stuff or else. Dear Alex, do you realize you gave Ethan the side of the room that doesn't have a door? I just found him jumping up and down on his bed yelling that he can't come out to take his bath because Alex said so. Fix this problem when you get home from soccer practice, or else. Love, Dad. Dear Dad, okay, I told Trampoline Boy he can use the door now. Honestly, Dad, you see what I'm dealing with here? Please give me my room back. I promise I'll keep it really, really clean. Love, neat and tidy, Alex. Dear Alex, does that include cleaning the iguana cage? I've noticed an unusual smell coming from that general direction. Just thought I'd mention it. Love, your concerned father. Dear Dad, let's not change the subject. Here's the thing. I'm practically grown up. I want a new room. Plus, I think I should get rewarded for all the A's I got in school. Love, Alex, the super student.
So here's some characteristics of persuasion that they are doing as they're writing letters back and forth. And remember, some people do that when they're trying to persuade, and they're also giving reasons. Alex is giving all these reasons that he doesn't like his brother. He wants his new room. And then he starts making promises, which is another characteristic of persuasive text, when people make promises of what they're going to do. Why do you think people do that? Right, because they want to convince you that what they are saying is true, and they want to try to change your mind. All of that is characteristics of persuasion, and they're writing reasons back and forth. Dad is saying he doesn't think it's a good idea, and giving him reasons as well, and reminding him, remember when you did this and this happened. So they're both using characteristics of persuasion in their letter writing. Let's continue watching.
Dear Alex, nice try, but if I remember correctly, you got 3 B's and 1 A, and I think the A was in lunch. Love, Dad. Dear Dad, even Stinky's dog Lurch has his own room. That dog is treated like a king. He's got 6 pillows and his own TV. He and Stinky watch cartoons and eat cheesy popcorn every single night. I'm not even asking for a TV, just one little room. Love, your human son, Alex. P.S. Stinky got a D in lunch. Dear Alex, no can do. Love, Dad. P.S. Stinky scares me. Dear Dad, it's more than the room, it's the principle of the thing. Why do I, the oldest and most important kid, have to suffer just because you and Mom had another baby? Does that seem fair? I don't think so. Love, your number 1 son, Alex. Dear Alex, yes, you are very important to us, but so are your brother and sister. However, you make some good points. A boy your age needs his own space. Maybe we could build you a special place of your own.
So now Dad's kind of agreeing with him, and he's saying, you're very important to us. And he's saying that he's made some good points. And that's what people do when they try to persuade. They try to make good points so others believe them. And that's what Alex is doing. So now Dad's saying, maybe we could build you a special place of your own. Make a prediction. What do you think is going to happen? Okay, that's a good prediction based on what we know and what we've read and the reasons that were given. Good job. Let's continue reading.
Love, Dad. Dear Dad, now you're talking. We could add a whole new wing onto the house. I can have my own bathroom with a hot tub, skateboard ramp, and a bowling alley. What do you say, Dad? Here's the floor plan.
Another characteristic of persuasion is now he's showing him a whole floor plan that he's made and adding that to try to persuade his dad. So he's also using that to try to persuade him.
Love, Alex, the architect. Dear Alex, slow down there, buddy. We're not gazillionaires. We can't build you a condo. I was thinking of something like a treehouse. We can build it together. You won't have to share it with your brother unless you absolutely want to. Love, Dad. You mean it, Dad? I do, Alex. Dear Ethan, do you want to play with me in my treehouse? Love, your big brother, Alex. Yes! Thanks, Alex.
Okay, and that's the end of our story today. So again, talking about characteristics that the author used to persuade or that the characters used to persuade was letter writing. Sometimes people can't write letters to try to persuade others. They gave reasons. They both gave a lot of reasons, didn't they? Making promises, giving examples. All of those are characteristics of how others can try to persuade you to do something. You can write a letter. You can even put it in a commercial like we've seen before. Always give reasons. People make promises sometimes and tell you what they're going to do to try to convince you to change your mind, and giving examples to help you, sway you, or try to convince you to make that decision. And then at the end, what ended up happening with Alex? Right, he was able to finally get his new room because he was giving all these great reasons, wasn't he? Yeah, so he was very good at persuading his father, wasn't he? Yeah, he was giving all these reasons and Dad finally gave in. So now what you're going to do is you're going to get on Seesaw and answer some questions about persuasive text. And tomorrow we are going to continue working on types of persuasive characteristics. And we're going to be doing it using something new tomorrow. Okay, can't wait to show you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.